Well, thank you very much for having me here today. I originally have been involved in this program as a respondent. I'm in the report. Probably the most ridiculous photo in the whole report is me. I'm a little bit embarrassed. But when Carolyn said, act like a man, I clenched my fist and met the stereotype, it seems. But it was a privilege to be involved in the research, and as an academic, I'm a professor of marketing at Melbourne University. I was very much impressed with the way in which the research was conducted. Extraordinarily competent, and as a result, it's delivered, I think, some fantastic insights. When I was invited here today, and I'm very pleased to be able to join this group of people, I didn't really know what was going to transpire today, so the remarks that I'd arranged in the first instance I'm not going to speak to. They were more about the implications of something, some of the findings of the report for marketing practice, something that I know very well as a professor of marketing. What I will talk about, however, is something I'm as passionate about more generally, and try to reflect, albeit in a very weak way, the passion that's been expressed in this room. I'm passionate about teaching, and I'm passionate about research. So all I can do is to stand here and share with you maybe some brief insights, and maybe even make you an offer that I hope some of you might take up. Well, what has become apparent is that across a number of the stories today, some of which have been very emotional for me just listening to, and I can imagine for those of you delivering them and living this every day, this must be even more so. There's been some mention of the importance of insights, and Greg's research that he's been doing at University of Western Sydney has been remarked on a number of times. The other is the need for resource. You're all running charitable ventures, and as Liz mentioned, often on a shoestring, I think he said. Well, we can help with that. With the insights, we can deliver world-class research. Many of my colleagues are researching in this very space. The notion of social enterprise, Dr. Ben Neville runs a postgraduate subject on just that, on managing social enterprise. We also have student groups who are able to provide this support to your organisations. A group called Enactus, which is a group of really bright, engaged students, themselves run social enterprises to deal head-on with social issues such as addressing hunger, back to work programs and so on, which might help some of the men that you're working with daily. One in particular is a program they run called Street Stories, where they put homeless men back to work, if you like, walking through the CBD of Melbourne, showing tourists where they slept rough, where they would find food, and so on. And they're paid very, very well for doing that work. It's empowering, it brings them dignity and engagement, and it's run at a profit. It doesn't require any government support. These are things that we can offer you at Melbourne. So I've just looked down, I've hit my 3 minutes, I'm going to end here. I'll be happy to talk to any of you about some of these programs, and thank you again very much for inviting me to speak today.